A member of the 2021 Basketball Hall of Fame class, former NBA on TNT analyst, of course, Fab Five at Michigan, Chris Webber joining us. Congrats there, Chris, on the Hall of Fame. Did you play football in high school?
You know, I did. I played tight end, and once we got in the red zone, I was pretty good. But I was really good, I thought. But I don't know what my quarterback would say because I really couldn't block that well. So had a lot of fun though playing football. That's my favorite sport. Or was growing up.
Did you get recruited to play in college?
You know, it's funny. I did a little bit, but funny story. I met Bo Schembechler. And he used to bring me into the locker room before the games, and I used to see the guys getting pumped up. And one day, one of the guys lifted me, my legs, and he was like, oh yeah, twigs or something. I forgot what he said. But I just remember being like, nah, I'm good. And just seeing those guys that were my height. But if I would have had, role models like Gonzalez or any of these tight ends that played basketball, I definitely would have tried a little bit more besides in the street, tackle on the side,
Allen Iverson talks about he could have played. He was a better football player than a basketball player. Can you see that?
He really serious about it. I mean, it's almost like a regret with him that he didn't get to play football. But I've seen him and Jason Williams throw a football with other football players and that type of thing. And I can only imagine AI with how he moved. Michael Vick looked up to AI, so that would be, pretty cool. But, you were just, if I could change the subject 1 second, you were just talking about USC. I don't know about, Slovis. I don't know about his game, but his father was my point guard in high school. And so I know his father was pretty tough, and he was a heck of a basketball player. So I wonder if Slovis has it in his genes. But me, yeah, I would love to have been a football player, man.
Best moment of the Hall of Fame weekend was what?
My father put my jacket on me. That was just special. I really enjoyed it because my family were an outgoing bunch. I had a bunch of brothers and sisters, and so everybody was like, move out the way, this is my weekend. And that's kind of how families are. And I needed that. And so it was their enjoyment of my father putting the coat on me.
Why was Isaiah Thomas so important to you growing up?
Well, we didn't have social media. TV stars, you couldn't get to him. He was the best player, one of the best players in the world. He was best friends with Magic. He was trying to go through the Celtics, turned the ball up, was just a big Pistons fan, and the fact that, I'm in high school and it's all this noise around and you're young, you're vulnerable, you don't have anyone to talk to, and you're a dumb kid. The fact that he called our house, sought us out, gave me advice and was there the whole time, was just awesome. And what I mean by there the whole time, when you're younger, a lot of times you just need something to hold on to. And I had the fact that I had this number and I could call it anytime. Or I had the fact that, when guys are getting in trouble or people are getting, I had a friend, pass away in the streets. And Isaiah, he went through the same thing. And so, I just want to think, like, mentally, he just didn't even know. And it's more for that 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid. I just really thank him because at that time it was like, I know somebody that did it. I know someone that did it. I got to hold on to the values. You know what I mean? It really kept me separate from some knuckleheads and things that could have happened. So it's just awesome having him. Awesome having him in my life.
Did Isaiah recruit you to Indiana?
No, Isaiah never recruited me to Indiana.
Did Magic recruit you to Michigan State?
Hold on 1 second, Dan. My kids are in homeschool. Be quiet down there. Daddy's working.
How many kids are at home?
2. I have twins and 4-year-olds, and they're about that life. So I got to wake up early and be ready for life. My dumb butt waited to this long to happen. But anyway, no, he didn't recruit me to Indiana. It's funny. The point guard that I mentioned earlier, and Max, he took me to Indiana with him, and I got to meet it's funny. It was an unofficial recruiting trip, but Bobby and I had to know because I go to practice with my point guard from high school, and Lawrence Funderburk is in there, and he's going like this, "Don't come here." I just want to meet
and Lawrence went to Ohio State.
Transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Knight didn't like Lawrence either. So.
Oh, that is funny. So you're seeing Lawrence Funderburk, who's on the Indiana team, and he's saying, "Do not come here."
Okay, man, I'll be quick. So I go into their locker room, and then during practice, it was crazy because they had like 8 managers, and the managers were taking stats in practice. I had never seen anything like this. And I was a big Big Ten fan, so I wanted to meet Bobby Knight and couldn't believe he could look me in my eye, and he was tall and big and had on that red sweater and everything. And so I get the chance to go in the locker room while all of them are huddled up. Calvert Chaney, I'll never forget this. And I had a hat on. And like the guys are like, "You better take that hat off, or Bobby Knight's gonna come here and smack you in the head." Like they're scaring me, teasing me. I don't know what's going on, but I figure out that they're joking. And then I'm like, "Man, it's nice, man. I love the way the arena, the seats go all the way up to the top. It's cool here. It's cool." And Funderburk is just doing like this. He's like, "No." And coach comes in and he stops. And the next year he transfers. So he saved me from even thinking about Indiana.
Did Magic recruit you to Michigan State?
Yes.
Oh, boy. And you had to tell Magic no?
As much as I love Isaiah, I love Magic because Magic was from the state. And so when I was 12 years old, I go on this interview and they said, "What school do you want to go to?" I never thought about it. I said, "Michigan State," because of Magic. And the next day I get a call from Judd Heathcote. This is when Tom Izzo and I actually became close during this time. And I get to go up there. And as a 13-year-old with my green school corduroys and white shirt, I get to run a game with Magic Johnson at the Jennison Fieldhouse. I'll never forget it. It was he and Kevin Willis and a bunch of other players. And I missed the pass and hated myself and caught one and made a layup. I had penny loafers on. I mean, it's the weirdest story. But yeah, from then he would talk to me and try to recruit me and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, I was a big fan of Michigan State growing up.
Talking to Chris Webber, member of the Basketball Hall of Fame class. Did you want to do what Michael Jordan did and maybe, jab some people, make it a roast when you were up there?
Nah, I didn't. That's just not. Nah, I didn't. I did watch a bunch of speeches, and I saw, Michael Jordan's. I saw a couple others, and but no, after I saw like Shaq's and someone else, I forgot who it was, but it was so funny. And that I was just like, just be yourself. Don't try to entertain. Don't try to do anything and lay some eggs. Just, hopefully, be honest and get the hell up out of there.
So where do we stand with Michigan here? What's going on?
I don't, I'm good with Michigan. I'm going to the game in a couple weeks. So, I don't know. I'm not, in the space to go back and forth with anything. I said the Ward apologized to me. He did. He said that, and maybe it was the way that it came on the crawl or something. So I expect him to validate what I'm saying to you right now. So go to a hotel room and we meet. This is about 5 years ago. I don't know how many years ago. It's a few years ago. We go to a game, it's Wisconsin, and we go meet with each other. And it was very nice. There's 4 people in the room. We have copious notes of this time. So everything that I'm saying is 100%. And he just said, we'd like to apologize to the 18 to the 20-year-old Chris Webber. We did not protect him. We understood what was going on. We've done our research. It is not what was reported, and we're sorry. And I said a bunch of things to that was not contentious at anything because he didn't owe me that or it wasn't an official statement or anything, but he knew and he knows. And that's all that it was. That's why I didn't say anything about it then and just happened to say something about it now. I mean, then I'm helping, I'm doing all I can for Juwan, younger players, things like that. So, I am part of Michigan. That can't be taken away. And I love the love that has come from the school. And I expect all of us to be at the game really soon and have a great time. So I think it's in a great place. One person can't make it, not be in a great place is kind of what my frame of mind is. And, the alumni in the school. So I just can't wait to get back to the game and start enjoying it. So I think we're all in a great place.
Why is this still an issue 30 years later?
Dan, it's crazy. I kind of, it's funny. So in Michigan, it's a big thing kind of to people outside of Detroit. So if you're in Detroit, it's never mattered. Detroit has been the only that sustained. Of course, people everywhere, but I mean, Detroit is Detroit, and Michigan has Ann Arbor, it's a university, just, but outside of Michigan, it's not even a thing. Actually, it's, a little bit, people are like a little bit mad, talking to me like, why are you even talking about it? Forget them, have fun, so I don't know, but I love the school. Then hopefully with everything being over, I will say this, hopefully what the Hall of Fame will allow is there's so many new things that I've been doing and wonderful things and people and all that. Hopefully it will allow new conversations or just a new place to come from. I don't know, Dan. I hope it doesn't continue to be that way, because one quick story. When I went to the game with John Harbaugh, he asked me to come back. It was the best feeling, right? But there was this thing where the player goes and has lunch with the team, the media and everything. So I declined all of this. And it looked like I was a jerk, but as I explained to John, I don't want these guys to be around me and it's polarizing. Like, I don't want every question to be about this. And this 22-year-old kid doesn't even know what we did,
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing I hate about myself, is that I can be used as a polarizing figure. And hopefully, just through the actions. No one talks about the hundreds of scholarships at Michigan or anything else that we've done. So, it's a wonderful place. It's good. And we're going to outlive any negativity. So I'm just happy that, we can go back and cheer and have some fun with football games.
What if Juwan Howard asked you to be on his staff?
No.
Has he asked you?
No. Maybe Juwan is so close. But no, he knows I'm not an assistant coach, and no disrespect to him, but that's why we can do all we can to help each other from a round point of view. So I think I can do more from him as a colleague, as someone in basketball, someone that knows the young guys. I can do more from outside of basketball than in his locker room. Because anytime he needs me, I'll be in the locker room. That's just a given. You're
more of a head coach guy.
I just have aspirations on my own, and definitely has to do with the NBA.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
When I grow up,
yeah.
Hopefully I'll have these two twins take care of me. Daddy's getting tired, but I look forward to continuing to do all the things we're doing in business. I'm really excited about it, and hopefully I will afford the opportunity to come back to basketball. In a different position, and hopefully one that, can impact the team in the city and still try to win the championship.
You want to be a GM?
No. I want to be part of an ownership group. I want to be part of an ownership group and help build a winning team.
Are you close to being part of an ownership group?
Well, I've taken 2 shots and we missed both. One, almost did the Kawhi, except it bounced off the 7th bounce. But hopefully, we're gonna keep trying, man. We're gonna keep trying, definitely.
And what do you get from the Hall of Fame? You got a jacket. What else?
A jacket. You get a ring. You get a big, beautiful Magnum bottle of champagne. Man. And you get a nice gift pack and some other things like that. But the coolest thing is just being able to walk around in the Hall of Fame by yourself and see your exhibits, see everything that kind of built for you and the narratives and everything that's kind of being done. And then just, every year just hanging out with Bill Russell, man. Like this year he didn't cackle as much. But usually, you've been around a million times, I'm sure, and that loud cackle he has.
You're right. Yeah. And he goes in as a coach. Like, people don't realize being a player coach back in the late 60s. I mean, it's really incredible to be able to. Could you imagine? Is there somebody who could be a player coach now?
I don't know how without inciting, I don't know how, because I think the players have so much power that if you have that much power and the coach is good, it's still kind of, 11 guys can negate the power of that one superstar player. And actually, I really don't see how he did it. I think it was the respect that he commanded at the time. When I talk to players like Kareem or, Spencer Haywood, he talks about the fact that he wasn't kind of accepted in basketball. They said we have an illegal player on the court. And it wasn't until, Kareem shook his hand and Bill Russell shook his hand. Put it like this, they had to allow him to wear the beard back then. They were like, not too many players, you can't wear a beard. And so they allowed Spencer Haywood to wear a beard. That's the power that this man carried, the fact that you can't get facial hair or not in the NBA unless you speak to him. So I just think it was the reverence, the power that he carried.
Congrats. Always great to catch up with you, and good luck with the alma mater. Thank you, Chris.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on.
That's Chris Webber, member of the Hall of Fame class, former NBA on TNT analyst and Fab 5 at Michigan.